And yes, we're back again with another video. Top of this good Sunday morning to you guys. More Novocaine, please. We're going to talk about how she'd rather be numb than to feel the pain. One of my guys, he was a good supporter of the channel and the movement. Yeah, it hit me with something which I kind of touched on in previous videos. And it's a issue, or this is a process when women go into sexual overload. This usually will happen at the end or in the middle of a hoe phase, depending on how severe or how aggressive they are pursuing or going through this hoe phase. This hoe phase can ruin a woman, and usually it will ruin her to where she will not have the ability to pair bond. She will lose that due to different men leaving traces of their DNA in her, which will impact her psyche. She won't know whether she's coming or going. That's why you have these emotional breakdowns, these sporadic outbursts. This is a telltale sign of promiscuity. But she'd rather be this way. In a lot of cases, they understand this. That's why, see, women have a great, they have a way of reconstructing a narrative. They have a great way of, and this is in the 48 Laws of Power, people have a tendency to disdain and to write off things they know they don't qualify for. They know they don't have the work ethic to get, or they know they don't meet the, qualifications to for the person they want. They don't meet the standard. So what they will do to make it appear as if the standard is corrupted, they'll say it's something wrong with the man, or they'll set the standard so high for the man that they want to attract. They know he doesn't exist. So in their mind, this justifies their singleness. This justifies their serial dating history. This justifies everything about their dating life. So what people will do, they'll say, well, money isn't everything. You hear this term or this phrase, money isn't everything, and all of this, when they don't have it or when they don't know how to get it. But if they were on the other side of the fence, they'll be saying the total opposite. So women have a great way to pretty much continue down a path of destruction when they have acknowledged said path of destruction. So they will turn their whole phase up a notch. Then you see these women, this sexual liberation, they start owning it. You see a woman owning her wholeness and all of this. She has reached sexual overload. Her body count is through the roof. She doesn't have the ability to relate to a man, which is why she's throwing all of these different ideals out. You see these women talking about their polyandrous and saying all of this type of shit. They was just Christian 2 years ago. Then they went to Hotep. So they keep going. They try to find any pocket that fits their current narrative. I've seen women go the woke path and they return right back to Christianity because they didn't find sanctuary in whatever, woke, quote unquote, section than they did in the Christian. Or I find more safety and salvation and a better treatment over here. So I'm going to go back and act like this is where I'm supposed to be. But she'd rather feel numb than feel the pain. So what she tries to do, every chance she gets, her mind is on sex. Her mind is on getting that itch because the reality is setting in again. So she needs that man to numb her, because the feeling of acknowledging the mistakes that I made, women don't want to have any idle time. That's why they occupy social media. That's why you find them caught up in bullshit comments and bullshit conversations a lot of the time. If you notice, you'll go through some pages and you'll see someone you may have dated, someone you take interest in, or just simple observation, and you'll see them in comments of celebrity pages having full-blown back and forths with total strangers. One must ask themselves, why is this person going back and forth with a total stranger on the internet? over a pretty much a low level subject. It's not a serious issue. It's nothing, you know, worthy of being discussed in depth. So, an idle time, an idle space in a woman's life, she is giving time to really look in the mirror. That's why you have these women having these bad days. I need to eat. I need ice cream. I need, like, you see these eating disorders now. You see the drinking. It's one chick in particular on my Facebook, very beautiful, very beautiful, young. And I'm always looking at her stories. She's always traveling. No signs of any job, no signs of any type of business. She's just posting the cash apps and shit that she receives from men. So she's a kept woman. And I can see that. Like I said, she's a beautiful woman, but you can tell that she's selling herself. This is evident. But she's always drinking. Everything that she's always posting a drink. She's always posting out and about. And she always posting these short video clips. These are telltale signs that she's going through some mental issues. So she has to keep herself intoxicated or on the go. Because to sit still will have too much time to look back at the choices that she's made. A lot of women do this. So you see these women, I told you, get off the internet. I'm looking at my time now on my phone. You get the weekly update and it tells you how much time you've spent on your phone for the week. So my time is going down. I think it's went down 15%. So next week I want to take it down even more if I'm not working. But these are things that women will do. The reverse psychology is very interesting to see, but we know all of the tricks of the trade. We know and are continuing to learn you because you continue to show us. See, a woman, she cannot heal in private most of the time. She has to show. A lot of guys, too. That's why I say you guys stop posting your videos of you in the gym. Stop telling people what you're working on. Do it in silence and just show the work. But she'd rather be numb by the excess attention that she's getting. She'd rather be numb by the toxic arguments. She'd rather be numb by the lustful sex than to address the psychological issues that she's facing. And we all go through this. See, the biggest Jedi mind trick is that everyone's life is perfect. This is how social media became so popular. You mean to tell me I can make my life look like it's all peaches and cream? You got filters for me? Or you got pretty little bows? I can doctor my pictures up. I can doctor my page up to make it look like I'm living a life. You see the dynamic. That's why women love it. That's why they will never separate from this. You ask a woman, hey, I'm looking to get married in the next year. I've been looking at a house. I want to, build this family with you, but I'm not going to have you on social media. I'm not going to be on social media like that. So the standard that I want for my family is to not be indoctrinated by social media propaganda, in which we all know by this time is a real thing. She's going to fight you tooth and nail to keep her social media because she's going to make up some grandiose excuse. Well, how am I going to keep in contact with my friends and all of that? You have a phone. You should have their number. If they're important to you, their numbers will be on your phone. So they're going to come up with every excuse to keep their social media because it's the perfect canvas. They can reinvent themselves. They can repackage themselves. They can do a lot of things to keep themselves marketable, keep themselves market worthy. So she's going to do all of these things to numb herself. She's going to go out of town. She's going to be looking for the trips. She's going to be looking for the dates. She's going to be looking for the sex to keep her mind off of the decisions that she's made that she really regrets. And you see these women running around and all happy-go-lucky. The chickens always come home to roost. I've said this before. The chicken's going to come home to roost. And you will have to pay the piper. They don't want to pay this toll, but they know it's coming. So you see these women take the most grandiose photos, prop themselves up, write 2-page long captions to trick herself and trick the people from seeing the real issues. We all go through ups and downs. We all go through the trials and tribulations of life. That's how our character is built. So you show me a person that hasn't went through adversity, I'll show you a person that doesn't really have the character and the fortitude that someone else that may have went through, trials and tribulation has. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. I might do a part 2. I may get a little bit more in depth, but you'll see the numbing process continue on. Again, it's about to be spring. Time has went up. You're going to see a little bit more sporadic behavior. Everything that's been taking place, I pretty much prophesized and predicted. The uprise in violent women, the separation of relationships, the breakdown of the relationship, because again, anytime economic adversity hits, women get into a frenzy. They get petrified because they're not going to get the same validation that they once was, because the activity is going to decrease. Only a fool would continue to spin and do all of these frivolous things with inflation on the heels, which is showing to continue. Only a fool will continue to do the same things in the rain that they would do in the sunshine. You can't drive 100 in the rain the same way you can drive 100 when it's sunny outside. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.